Basically, well, I'm Canadian, as I think I've expressed online. I'm from Toronto in Canada. Let's see what else. I moved to Japan about 23 years ago, and I have a job at a university here where I've been for probably the past close to 20 years now, Lisa. So that's been my life, really. I think up to the point before I took it, my approach to my own healing and growth had been kind of I don't know, like kind of Frankensteinish, like a little piece here, a little piece there. There wasn't really a structure to it, Lisa. So I felt that your program would offer the structure to it. That's one aspect of it. So I did want more of a structured approach. And in terms of taking your program in particular, I'd watched a number of your YouTube videos, bought some of the books, the MP3s, and I liked the way that you delivered the material. You also did it with a sense of humor, you know. Um, Immediately up to taking the program, it was actually pretty good. Like I took your survey, and I was one of the people that felt like I was enough. So it kind of blew my mind when I read like 90 whatever percent of people didn't feel that, right? Um, and I'll tell you one thing, Lisa. Like I think one of the big reasons why I felt that was back in November, you put out your I think it was your healing shame meditation on YouTube. And I mean, I woke up like at whatever hour in the morning, and I listened to that like 4 times before going to work. I listened to that at night before I went to bed a couple more times. It's like, you know, that's like 3 hours of Lisa A. Romano spinning in my head. I mean, I was going to call you to charge you for rent, you know, but it was. But seriously, it was that really, really made a difference. And I listened to that like right from when it came out to like beginning of November, I think, right until right before the program, and it just that made a huge difference to me. It really, you know, started to allow me to sort of calm down a lot, and to really, you know, feel more hopeful. I think for my recovery, I've been hopeful a bit, you know, up to that point, but that was the main thing I think that really did it for me. If you asked me this question, say like a year and a half ago, when I just got out of my relationship with a covert narc, it would have been a very different human being that you'd be talking to right now. Someone very, very hurt, someone feeling quite hopeless, but. Um, I think I'm a lot more at peace within myself. I mean, as I told you just before the program, I felt a certain level of peace that I hadn't up to that point, really. But it's allowed me to sort of integrate things a lot more. It's got me feeling much more hopeful also for the future as well, in terms of not slipping into a similar relationship. But more importantly, so I would say, is more being confident that I'm getting into a deeper and a better relationship with myself, which I've recognized as being paramount. I have to be in a good relationship with myself, which I feel then allows me to be in better relationships with people around me and to attract better people in my future. So all of that together, I would say. One of the things, I guess, before I took the program, I hadn't bargained for the fact that, you know, not only are we getting you as the life coach, but pretty much everybody that's part of the group is a teacher, right? I mean, they're all there to learn, but they all are there to offer something of value. And I hadn't bargained for that. I was actually one of the people that was thinking of actually not joining the forum for different reasons, but I'm very happy that I did. And that's something like with, you know, specific to the program. It's something that I really hadn't anticipated, but it was just a massive bonus in terms of participating in it. In terms of the program, I think it depends, Lisa. Like, you know, it depends on, you know, financial means. For example, if somebody's financially challenged, I would say to them, find any way that you can to, you know, to piece together that money, because you're going to get more from this program than just say a few sessions that would be the equivalent, you know, financial package with a therapist, I believe, or a coach or whatever you go to. So it's well worth it. And once you've made that commitment to yourself, and you've, you know, signed up for the program, then free up as much time as you possibly can to really make an honest go of it. Those are a couple of things that made a huge difference to me. And I was reflecting on that a bit too, and I thought to myself, like, for me, my time Saturday night is when you were doing your live seminars or your live streams, I guess you call it. And that meant I wasn't really going out with friends for dinners or shows and stuff like that. So, I mean, that's 12 weeks of actually saving money. So your program saved me money instead of going out, you know. You make it your social thing. Make it your date with yourself. I mean, that's what I called it. That's my date with Brad. And it was well worth it to do that. So, yeah, you know, get the money together, make the time, do it. That's what I would say. Definitely do it. A really good trainer I once had, Lisa, he once said this, that change is not what takes the time. It's getting to the point where people are ready to make the change that really takes the time, right? I think there's a lot of things that just really I've integrated more, like this idea of I am enough. I got that. And when I first heard it, it was something more sort of out here. And then I got it cognitively. And then it's integrated more within the fibers of my being. So I really, truly get that. I think for me, one of the biggest sticking points is I'm more of a reactive codependent. So when somebody, pisses me off, I tend to lash out more. And I haven't really been doing that as much. The idea that you expressed of, I think, discernment versus judging is something that I've really been able to, feel more and understand more. And, the 1, 2, 3 process, for example, I find myself like in the beginning, and I learned this, I think, through one of your MP3s quite some time ago. So I was practicing it before the program. So in the beginning, it would, like something happens during the day, and then I'd go home and then I'd 1, 2, 3 it, right? It's become a kind of verb, I guess, on our site. Catching myself in the moment and just saying, okay, this is where it's bothering me. Okay, quickly, how am I feeling? I'm feeling angry. I'm feeling irritated. I'm feeling frustrated. What do I want to do? Okay, breathe and just say, okay, I'll talk with you about this issue later, or something like that, which really allows me to maintain more rapport with myself. If the relationship, I can preserve the relationship anyway, but I think it helps to preserve the relationship even better because it allows the other person a chance to cool down as well. It's not escalating. It's just, respecting the fact that now's not the time to deal with it. So that's one of the big things for me. And I feel confident that I have the tools, I have the ability. And as long as I'm still being in service to myself and working on that relationship, I'll get there even stronger. Yeah. So that's a biggie for me. That was a hard relationship, Lisa. And you've heard all the stories, and you know what this stuff's like. It was devastating. I was in such a brutal place. I mean, yet now, I think I commented this once on the forum that I ran into her at a shopping center just by chance, and I was just able to say, in love and light, and let it go, come back to my home, and honestly, just be at peace without. I used to describe it as like a big basketball or a beach ball feeling in my chest that just expands and just overwhelms me, and there was none of that, and I just felt really comfortable about it, and just she's going to go on her trajectory, I'm going to do my thing, and life is good. So that was a huge thing for me, this idea of love and light, and I still use it. It's a great expression, but it's also great when you can really feel it and get it. So that was huge.